Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes' Illuminati, the man who rules the world, takes on the head of the global elite in this all-new action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' Illuminati in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. One of my viewers wanted to know if I was a Republican or a Democrat, and the answer to that question is very simple for me. I am not affiliated with either the Democrat or Republican Party, even though I am a registered voter. And as a registered voter, I don't declare any allegiance to either political party because my whole goal is black empowerment. And because my goal is all about black empowerment and getting tangibles for foundational black men and black women and getting things done specifically for black people from our tax dollars, from our representatives, the only interest I have as related to politics is black empowerment, and I have no interest in pledging allegiance to either political party. No, my main interest as related to politics is all about getting tangibles for black votes, and my vote as a registered voter is towards getting a tangible for me and other black people. So I don't declare any sort of allegiance to either political party because any black person, as I see it, just blindly pledging allegiance to any political party is completely foolish. And it's completely foolish because neither one of these political parties have ever pledged loyalty to foundational black Americans, because when it comes to the Democrat or Blue Party, this was a party basically founded by white supremacists and founded by white supremacists who basically were the foundation for terrorist organizations such as the Ku Klux Klan, and were also was organized to keep black people in slavery before the Civil War. Now, the Red or Republican Party is just as bad. Now, originally the Republican Party did start out against slavery and was trying to say that it was for the Negro during the time of slavery before the Civil War. However, that party basically started to turn against black people in the 1960s and started to turn against black people when we had candidates coming up who were again promoting anti-black narratives, and then further turned against black people in 1970 when Richard Nixon decided to declare his war on drugs, and that war on drugs was actually a war on black people, where they looked to bring drugs into black communities, looked to bring drugs into black communities to basically get black people addicted to drugs and wind up dead as a result of the drugs, and also get black people arrested and imprisoned for possessing these drugs that were brought here by many whites and non-blacks. So when I look at both parties are two sides of the same coin, or as Professor Black Truth calls them, two wings on the same dirty bird, and both of these parties basically are not looking to do anything specifically for black people. So I don't declare any sort of loyalty to either party because both parties are basically parts of the same institution of white supremacy, and the institution of white supremacy is all about the foundation of anti-black racism and is all about keeping foundational black Americans at the bottom of the world. That is what the main focus of both of these political parties is all about. And if these parties are not about looking to empower black people, then I'm not going to go out here and pledge blind loyalty to either political party or any of the candidates that represent either political party, because neither political party is out here looking out for our best interests. And it doesn't matter what ideology either party has, both parties are out here looking to actively exclude black people, especially heterosexual black men, from getting any sort of economic empowerment outside of the handful of hand-picked bootlicks and shills that they go out here and give jobs to. And neither political party over the 51 years I've been alive have ever looked to do anything specifically for me. So I've got no interest in, again, declaring any sort of allegiance to either political party, because neither political party has done anything specifically for me ever since I got the right to vote back in 1992 when I was 18 years old. Now, when I was 18 years old, they had the presidential election, and I didn't know any better back then, and I would vote for blue party candidates like Bill Clinton back in the day, because he made a lot of empty symbolic gestures, because I didn't know better. And because I didn't know better and I didn't know the subtle politics transpiring around me, I would go out here and just vote for candidates based on what I was told they would do. However, as I've gotten older, I realized that there's no reason to vote for any of these candidates, because none of these candidates have ever made an effort to do anything specifically for me, as I've graduated college and have had hard times finding jobs, as I've been out here unemployed for over 15 years since I lost my job in 2008. None of these candidates have ever made a single specific effort to help me in any way, shape, or form get back on my feet. So I've got no interest in going out here and voting for any of these candidates or supporting either of these political parties and supporting their ideologies, whether it be on the left or the right, because left and right both form fists to go out here and hit black people in the face. And both of them go out here and actively go out here and do things that are anti-black. Again, when it comes to these parties and heterosexual black men, they do absolutely nothing for a heterosexual black man like myself, outside of doing things like passive aggressive stuff, like erecting up the HR brick wall that keeps men like myself from being able to work in the job market. Moreover, they do less than nothing to go out here and help build up black-owned businesses in the black community, and they do absolutely nothing but show up every 2 to 4 years to talk about how they want our vote, but they don't want to do anything specific for us. And since they don't want to do anything specific for us, I specifically have no interest in getting up and taking my booty to the poll to vote for anyone in either political party, and I have no reason to do that after hearing the late David Carroll talk about the political process. And as he talked about the political process and how we are supposed to be the ones picking the candidates, that's where I've got no incentive to take these hand-picked shills and go out here and take time to go out here and either support any of them. Because if I didn't pick the candidates and I don't pick the agenda that directly serves my community, then I have no interest in going out here and supporting one of these hand-picked shills who basically isn't going to do a single thing for me. And when it comes to these politicians, basically they're sitting here getting rich on the backs of black people and wouldn't go out here and do a single thing for a guy like me who's been out of work for an extended period of time. None of these folks are going to do anything tangible for me, so I got no reason to support any of these candidates. Got no reason at all. No, I don't have a reason to support either of these candidates on either side or either political party. No, there's nothing that I care about as related to those on the left and their ideas, and there's nothing that concerns me about those on the right, and I don't want to conserve or be free in either of those sides, because both sides actively look to oppress black people. So I got no reason to support either side in their back and forths, because as they go in their back and forths, they do actively come together to go against a black man, go actively go work to go against black men to keep us from being able to get work. That's what either political party does, and that's why I don't support either political party or any of the political candidates. As I said in a video back in 2016, my choice is none of the above, and none of the above because none of these individuals are going to give me anything tangible. I'm not going to get a tangible job from their policies. I'm not going to get any tangible compensation for the over 25 years I have been denied access to the job market as related to reparations from either party based on their whole attempts to try to destroy that whole platform. And since neither party is offering me anything tangible, I have no reason to go out here and support either political party. No, I'd only support those who bring tangibles to me. And if there's no politician bringing me anything tangible, I got no reason to support their political party. Moreover, I have no reason to even talk about their politics because their politics don't benefit me at all. No, if these people really cared about black people like myself, what they would be doing is coming to me and not making empty promises that they don't want to deliver on. They'd be bringing me tangible goods. Go out here and bring me some tangibles as related to money, cut some checks for some reparations for the past ongoing discrimination I've run into in the job market, cut some checks as related to improving the quality of life, as related to life here in the Bronx, as related to our public schools, which are absolute garbage, cut some checks as related to improving our libraries and our other services in the city as related to the roads and other things, cut some checks to make sure that we have quality bus service for people like myself so we can go out here and travel and go to work. These are the tangibles that I want from my government, but they're not interested in giving me anything tangible. No, the only thing tangible they want to give you is a lot of lip service and hot air that basically does nothing for black people outside of the handful of token bootlicks and shills, the handful of token bootlicks and shills that tell you that you need to go out here and support their platform, but their platform doesn't support you. And that's where I just basically walked away from all of this around the year 2000 or so, where I just said enough of the voting and start voting altogether because there was nothing on the table for me. Now, I was working at the science library at City College in 2008, and I watched all these folks getting excited for Barack Obama. Oh, he's going to be the first black president, but I knew that this guy basically, if he was picked and allowed to run, it was because they basically had this guy in their pocket. And sadly, a lot of people had to learn the hard lesson 8 years later. And that's again what I learned again back in the 90s. Again, voted for these candidates who said, oh, there's going to be jobs, never got one of those jobs, went out here and in 2008 lost a job, got no help from Barack Obama, got no help from local politicians who and had to deal with the City University HR brick wall. Again, got no support from any of these people. So that's why I don't support any of these political parties, because they don't do anything for anyone. And I've gotten to the point where I just don't want to even talk about politics anymore, because a lot of these folks, they just get in their feelings. They get in their feelings because they get caught up in polarization as related to the media hyping stuff up, and many of these politicians talking all of this extremist rhetoric. But as they talk all this extremist rhetoric, all that people don't understand, it's a bunch of noise, because 4 years later, you wind up in the same dysfunctional predicament, or even worse economically, and all you find out is that their talk is cheap because it doesn't pay off for you. And that's why I don't want to talk about political topics anymore, because people, they just get caught up in their feelings regarding ideology, similar to the way people get caught up related to street gangs. And on certain platforms, like here on YouTube, you can't even say the word Democrat, because a lot of these people, again, they want to flag the video, all because you say that you don't support a side. And again, that's how messed up these whole platforms are, because people are politically polarized. They just get caught up in their feelings about rhetoric instead of looking objectively at either side and seeing that neither side is for Americans. And instead of the politicians serving we the people, they believe that that we the people have to serve them. And that's again another reason why I just walk away from making political videos or talking about anything political, because people can't get out of their feelings. They can't act right on these platforms. They don't know how to behave. But my view on politics is basically I take neither side, and I take neither side because, again, neither side is about empowering black people. And if nobody's about giving us a tangible, then I have no reason to support any of their political ideologies on either platform. Now, this was a video requested by a viewer, and if you want to request a video, you can send a minimum donation of $15 to the Cash App or the PayPal for my time, and if I know something about that subject, I will make that video for you. And if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction that isn't focused on politics at all and is just great entertainment, you can pick up the books on the SJS Direct universe, such as those in the ISIS series, the Steam series, the John Haynes series, the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, my vampire novel Eternal Night, my black sorority novel The Thetas, and my black business novel Recipe for Success. You can pick up all of those books that focus on empowering black people and uplifting us. You can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, A Steam Horror in the Hamptons. The aspiring angel tries to escape a house of horrors in this action-packed, all-new Esteem series adventure. Get your copy of Esteem Horror in the Hamptons in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Support black-owned and black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.